Good morning. Today we're going to talk about something that's become much more of an issue in the last few years than it ever was before. We're going to talk about using your cell phone while you're at work. I'm going to tell you a story to begin with, and that is that there was a commuter train, and this was in Los Angeles in 2008. And it failed to stop for a red signal, and that resulted in the nation's deadliest commuter train wreck anytime in the last 40 years. Grieving relatives of the dead and the injured learned that this horrendous tragedy came to be because a Metrolink engineer ran a red light. Now, this fatal mistake put the train on a 40-mile-an-hour head-on collision course with a Union Pacific freight train, resulting in 25 people dead, another 135 injured, twisted wreckage, mangled steel, smoldering metal, and scattered belongings, all of which are part of a accident scene. When the train ran the red light, it triggered an emergency signal, and a warning call went from the train to the train from a Metrolink dispatch center, but it was too late. The call was answered by a surviving crew member only seconds after the crash occurred, and he said, of course, that the crash had already happened. Two teenagers had told the local television station that they had been exchanging text messages with the engineer just prior to the collision. Early investigation results indicated that the engineer was text messaging and had missed the red light, indicating that the train needed to stop and to allow the other train to utilize the common track ahead. This is a tragic story, and it highlights that the use of cell phones while doing other tasks can have very deadly consequences. Whether you're driving or working in a production environment, cell phones become a distraction. We all have them. We use them. They are very often, for some of us, a major part of our work and helping us to get our jobs done, but they can be distracting. And when we miss things that are happening because we're busy with the cell phone, sometimes the consequences of that can be very deadly, as you would see from or understand from the story that I just related to you. So, even though Metrolink in Los Angeles had a policy of that forbade the use of cell phones while working, the engineer ignored it, and by doing that, caused a number of deaths. So ask yourself this question: what about you? If you need to utilize your cell phone during working hours, whether it is related to your job or under any other circumstance, be certain before you engage in the use of it that your situation is such that it's not going to create an issue for you or for someone else, especially when you're operating machinery, whether it's a vehicle or a forklift or a crane or anything else. Operating machinery and operating a cell phone do not mix at all. So think about that, be aware of it, and I want you to take it to heart for your own benefit, for the benefit of other people around you, that we can avoid as much as possible incidents where distracted driving or distracted use of machinery or some other kind of situation causes dire consequences simply because we can't focus on more than one thing properly at a time. So I hope this is useful to you, and hopefully I'll have the occasion to talk with you again. Thank you.